Let's get into it.
Peter. All right. You threw me off. All right. So I was going to say, we're about to do a segment on AI that might not leave me enraged, but you already did it, Peter. So stand by.
My work here is done.
Man, that's the way to start. Okay. At any rate, I wasn't going to get into how AI is going to be the downfall of humanity, but maybe I'm sure we'll end up there anyway because I can't help myself.
Always do. Yes.
The topic we were AI generated content.
Yeah, Mike, I could have done that better than you this time. I'm sorry. It's like usually it's me fumbling. I'm like, oh, hang on, what are we talking about? But yeah, I remember this time. I was pleased with myself. It's because I got something to say this one time.
Okay. Same. I've got some big things to say. I got some big guns to deliver on.
Oh this. Yeah, you got some big. It's a big old. I was going to say big old balls to drop, but that's not the phrase.
Whoa,
is it?
No, that's not the phrase. So let's just say this. So there's generative AI, and there's a lot of really cool stuff you can do with generative AI: images, sound, video, whatever. But then there's also people generating content generated by AI that's just like garbage content, but getting promoted alongside real content. And so that's kind of what we're looking at here.
Yeah. And I mean, you might have noticed, dear viewer, you might have noticed as you're scrolling through TikTok or YouTube Shorts that there's certainly, like in the last year, 6 months, a massive uptick of short form story-based video game background with subtitle videos.
God, it's the worst.
And at first, something's off, right? Like something's off about these videos. What is this narration? Like who's narrating this? Well, that's fucking AI. Well, who wrote it? ChatGPT did. And that's the craziest thing. You give ChatGPT a prompt of like, hey, talk about this thing that happened on Reddit. Here's the post. Sum it up into 500 words. Done. Pass it to like play.ht that now does text to voice that makes it sound like some old British guy or, some hot girl, and grab some fucking footage from YouTube of GTA 5. Done. Video upload. 500,000 views, million views. Like insane. And they
Reddit
are cranking
posts,
these out.
How-to articles,
everywhere.
Product reviews. It's endless.
Oh my God, product reviews, right? Like 5 things you couldn't live without. Shut up. Oh my God.
The thing that pisses me off about this is the uncanny valley effect, right?
Yes.
So before we had all this like automatically generated content, and it was easy to filter it out because it was so obvious. It was like, you knew clearly, like off the bat, that it was a spam page. Basically, it was basically spam. It's what spam is, right?
Yeah.
And that was where the term spam came from, because it was spam. The whole Monty Python thing about the skit about having only spam in the cafe and saying spam a lot, and that's why the term spam was addressed to this mail that you get constant stream of just marketing bullshit,
garbage,
trying to sell you fake products. And now it's harder to tell. It takes a minute. It's
high quality now.
And this is the thing that I was going to say, my big reveal about AI. I'm so positive about AI in general as compared to, mostly Mike, and how I think it's going to be a benefit for the world. And my question has always been, if it's indistinguishable from humans, then what's the difference? So what I was going to say was that I actually do shy away from AI-generated content when I know it's AI-generated content, even if it's identical to
unless it's intentional, right? Like what I've talked about, that I want a like Alfred, and I want Alfred from the fucking Batman cartoons, like the animated movies from the early 2000s and late 1990s, like that Alfred.
Everyone's going to get that reference, by the way. Everybody.
I mean, they have to, right? How can you not get that reference? Anyway, I want that as my like personal AI assistant, right? Like if it's intentional,
a Jarvis,
that's okay. Jarvis less. Jarvis feels cheap. Alfred feels classy. I want
dare
him to
you
be
insult-
fucking called Alfred. Literally, I want to say, "Hey, Alfred," and he'll be
All
like,
right,
"Yes,
all
sir."
right.
As you were laying that out, Peter, I was thinking, like, sometimes I want a product review, and I don't care if it's provided by an AI voice. Like maybe somebody just doesn't want to be on camera. I think the issue is that it's spam, regardless of how it's generated.
Yep.
And it's become so easy to generate spam at scale because you can create bullet lists and scripts based on AI.
The whole funnel can be automated.
And so there's,
I think it's yeah. Go on.
Just that.
Sorry.
Like it has become so much easier to generate spam, and it's lucrative to do it because you're going to get a lot of YouTube views. So you're going to make money on shit low quality content. Why bother creating anything better?
Yeah.
And it's not even really AI that's the problem. It's just the tool that people are using that 100%. We see more of because it makes it too easy.
Yeah.
So look at that. A problem.
I mean,
I'm not
we're basically
on AI.
complaining. That's kind of fucking crazy. You just made me realize minor epiphany. We are basically complaining about the advent of email right now. And the byproduct of what email introduced. Right? Like that is literally it. You just said it, Mike. This is a tool and it is being used. And it all depends on how it's used.
Yeah. And I think the key difference for me is the intent. Because I don't even mind a bad review if the intent is to actually try and educate me on what the thing is. It's that they were trying to get their point of view across.
Yeah.
With the intent of manipulative marketing. I don't like being manipulated. I don't like being doing something against my will because someone else made me do it without being clear about what they're doing. If someone said, "Hey, listen, I'm going to try and convince you that I love this pizza place. It's really, really good, and I'm going to make you go there." Then that's fine. Like if I'm like, okay, I'll go. Yeah.
But if they start leaving if they start leaving pamphlets in front of your steps as you're walking without you noticing that says, "Hey, pizza, go, pizza here, pizza, come here for pizza." Yeah.
Yeah. And even worse than that, they buy data about me and then find out which gym I go to and find out where I'm going to be, what times a day I'm going to be particularly hungry, and then leave those flyers in my way at those points. And then I find out that that's what they were doing. That would really piss me off, and it would be creepy and weird. And like I would probably boycott the pizza place. But it's because the intent behind it is unclear, and there's no option for me to opt out. So
worst part here, Peter, is this might not be the pizzeria's place at all. This could be the marketing firm that the pizzeria hired. And I think that's where it gets a bit like, even with this AI stuff, right? Like I get super mad when I get one of those Reddit stories because it's like, I can see how they did it. Right? I'll fucking walk you guys through how they're doing this. They literally scrape the Am I an asshole? Am I the asshole subreddit for the top voted post of the day. Okay. Or maybe the third. Yeah. They get the post, then they call ChatGPT and they say, all of this just automated. And they say, "Hey, write a 500 word, short form script about this post." And it returns it. I then pass it to that service like play.ht or whatever, voice to text. And I download what it returns to me. And I also simultaneously have already accumulated 8 hours worth of GTA 5 footage. Okay. Yeah. And it says, okay, cut the next 1 minute. Now add, and you can literally do this in Python. You can video edit in Python. So you can automate this in Python, and then you can automatically upload to YouTube, and you can use the same title from the subreddit, right? Or you can even have fucking ChatGPT write the title and description and the tag.
I'm glad
everything here is automated.
I'm glad we talked through this because I think it really made a lot of this much more clear to me. That wasn't the one I wanted. I wanted
that's what I was going to talk about.
So we'll come back to dead internet theory because I think there's definitely valid points there. So what kind of triggered this episode was this YouTube blog post about how they're trying to handle AI content on YouTube and addressing some of these just total spam videos. And just as we were talking about this, it reminded me actually of the Google Search Panda update back in 2011 that was targeted at low
content
value content so that people could get better search results. And that's exactly what's happening on YouTube, is that people have learned to abuse the algorithm to generate shit content that ranks well and gets lots of views, and it's drowning out shows like ours that legitimately our show does legitimately deserve better, more content, but whatever. That's not the point. The point is we want to cut back on the junk sites.
Do you know what's interesting though, is that this phenomenon happens without AI as well. And it has been happening for a long time without AI, but still, like have you seen those like 5-minute crafts videos where they do something utterly ridiculous? Yeah. And they, there's a channel I really like that I discovered recently, which is huge. It's food. It's an Australian woman who creates. I forgot what it's called now. She says something like, "I can make that," but she does like debunking videos and all sorts. And she does a series of debunking videos on the 5-minute crafts thing. And there's like these studios in Eastern Europe where they do these videos and they record them and they cook something, and it's all mostly fake, right? They say, "Oh, put an egg and then some flour," and then they cut to like a crazy bicycle cake or something that's like, just draw the rest of the fucking out. And the thing is that they own not just that one channel or that one viral thing that somebody asked to debunk, but they own hundreds of channels, and they upload hundreds of videos every day, and they have billions of views across all these different things, and they just churn out stuff constantly again and again.
Totally true. I think AI is getting attention because it makes it so much easier. You don't even need a studio. Yeah. You just set up channel after channel.
Easier, and it's so much better quality too. Like that, I think, is the biggest problem.
And it doesn't, Peter. The point I wanted to make by it was that it doesn't matter if some of it and if most of it doesn't work, because it's cheap to produce, and you have this huge long tail. With AI, you have thousands and thousands of videos, and like you say, the subreddit "Am I the asshole?" or I don't know. Maybe
content is being curated by humans for these abusers to use up. And so that leads me to, I found that I don't remember where someone linked this, that I was looking, it might have been on Twitter, talking about the dead internet theory, and holy fuck does this ring true in 2023. So the dead internet theory, to sum it up, is basically a theory that states the majority of the internet is actually all automated content through either trolls or bots, or even, as you can see right there, large language models. And it is currently in a state of like death. Like, we are seeing a fraction of organic content, and majority of content is just automated vomit regurgitated over and over again. And the worst part is that it's being, with LLMs specifically, they're training these new LLMs on old LLM data, and it's like, it is just garbo, and it's so much garbage on the internet that it makes me really sad, because I miss the early days of like the wild web and how it was. And now it's all like either a funnel for an OnlyFans link, or a funnel for a fucking dropship website that'll sell you some shitty product from China, or a politically motivated, like, paid for bot. Like, that's really like,
Speaking of OnlyFans,
like and subscribe.
I wanted to come back to the GTA 5. Did you catch another one?
Yeah, I saw it. It was a good one. It was a good one. Yeah, time travel. Nice.
It's creepy.
We're always stuck in. But anyway, yeah, go on. We're time travelers, but in like the worst way possible, because there's no yesterday or tomorrow. We're just here now.
You know, guys, I forget who it was. I think it was. God, I'm going to embarrass myself now. The guy who had the robotic voice. What was his name? Stephen Hawking. Thank you.
Oh,
that's not inaccurate.
Voice. Robotic voice. Peter, that's how you sum him up.
What was this a distinguishing feature?
Okay, go on.
You know that he decided to keep that himself. He had the option to upgrade, and he said, "No, I want to keep that."
Anytime anyone hears that, that's him now. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he decided to hold a party for time travelers, and nobody showed up. He's like, "Well, if time travelers exist, then they should." Yeah. Anyway,
I mean, but why would they? But yeah, go on.
Did you have something else, Peter? I want to go back to the GTA 5 thing.
No, that was it.
Yeah. So I noticed even watching this video, and I've noticed this about our videos before. The reason the GTA 5 things work is because people have short attention spans. And if you look at editing television, I know, Peter, you can rewatch the show. It's only like 15 minutes in. Just go ahead and watch the whole thing and catch up. People have short attention spans. So TV editing, movie editing, YouTube editing, that's why we see all these fast cuts. People will watch for like 12 to 15 seconds before they expect to see that change.
I'm busy.
I have some sense that if we did this show over top of GTA 5 or whatever, we could actually do better.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Right.
Okay. So true.
Yeah. God.
So
should we try it?
Maybe. I think so I do some of like this scene switching and stuff. Like a focus there is just to like put something different on the screen. But I don't have enough different things. Maybe one thing I could do though is do more multicam recording and switch. Even that alone would create more visual interest. And I think people would watch the show longer because that's not manipulation. That's just how people behave, right? We want that engagement. We want the novelty of it.
I mean, we could literally approach like a Minecraft player and be like, hey, we'll pay $10 for like 8 hours of footage. And that 8 hours will last you for like a year of short form media. So
if there is anybody watching who wants to try out their editing skills on a small channel like ours, we have individual streams which we can send you and you can put together however you like. So get in touch. Yeah.